Welcome back to episode 33 of the Block Runner podcast. If this is the first time you're listening, we discuss the latest developments in cryptocurrency while we attempt to make this new technology relatable to you. Be sure to like and subscribe to catch the latest episode. As always, I'm your host, William, talking with your co-host, Iman, and today we'll be speaking with Franky Needles. We wanted to bring him on to show appreciation for being the first to purchase on our MetaZone app. Be sure to subscribe to his YouTube channel, Fresh Off the Blockchain, and follow him on Twitter at Franky Needles. All right, let's listen in.
What you got pulled up there? What's this sign? What's this bullshit?
That's my bullshit sign, yeah.
It doesn't look like bullshit now.
You made that?
Look at this. Look at this shit right now.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
10,000?
it's still going. It's still going.
Dude, what's going on, man?
That's crazy.
That's China's power right there.
You think it has to be China?
That's definitely China. And like Bakkt has a little something, but Bakkt wouldn't have gone like that if it wasn't for China.
Yeah, for sure.
What time is it right now over there? They're like waking up right now, probably. Other side of the world, right? It's like
I didn't even think about that. The time over there.
Yeah, like this bullish green craziness started like 4 hours ago, so it's probably it's like what, like 5 or 6 in the morning or some shit for them.
Yeah.
So they're waking up, they're reading these headlines. It's like, oh, the president's in.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, finally down with it.
Yeah. Let's buy. Buy more.
It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, like we won't get decapitated for buying this shit anymore.
I'm about to share this this link right here. Hold on.
Yeah, share it on our Discord.
Dude, it's just going right now. Yeah. Look at this shit. It's like fucking race to 20K, dude. It might happen tonight.
Oh, shit.
What if it did?
That would be ridiculous, but it wouldn't even surprise me. You can't be surprised by anything.
Dude, it's 10,100.
Yeah, man. It's just going ham.
Dude.
This is cool.
Dude, if we could capture it live.
Now, Franky, where do you stream on YouTube, right? I'm
on YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, man, this is a perfect time to be streaming.
I called it Fresh Off the Block. We're on the Simulcast.
Yeah. Do you title your stream, or is that the title?
Yeah, I titled that. Like I titled that one, and then like the channel's called Fresh Off the Blockchain, but
yeah,
title this one is called. I just figured Fresh Off the Block Runner sounded right,
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Let me I haven't even set it up to go because I really do feel like pretty soon my pizza is gonna come, and then I'm gonna have to run downstairs. I live in Boston, so I'm like in a 3rd floor apartment. I gotta run downstairs and do all that shit. But.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was just in Boston like maybe 2 months ago.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, so.
You were? We went to New York.
I gotta make it down to Texas because my man Pop's in Texas, man. I gotta go check him.
Oh yeah, dude. If you come to Texas, you gotta let us know.
No, I will. I'll definitely let you guys know. That's not even a question.
Dude, 10,400.
Is that what, dude? Okay, I looked away. It was like 10-1. Dude, right, there's something wrong, man.
Yeah,
this ain't right.
Somebody knows something we don't because
this whole podcast
panicking.
is just gonna be like this, just us staring at the screen.
Yeah. Reactions.
Damn, dude. Yeah, you're right, man. This is
I'm gonna go live, even though I'm waiting on this pizza.
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah,
you can bounce and get that pizza.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure you guys can hold it down for 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's definitely. You gotta scroll that map out, dude. Like it's not starting to make any more sense anymore. Like there you go. Now we got some.
You can do the daily because this is not even. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Okay, so where's like the next like resistance point? What do you think, Willis? Like around 12,000?
If you're looking at
like daily, right there, right?
Yeah,
like
right. Yeah, I mean,
like right where we're at.
10,900. If it's really feeling like that crazy, I mean,
dude, if it breaks 11,000,
there's nothing like this. Is there a daily that even looks anything like this?
Not recently, dude. Yeah, this is a nasty.
I don't think so.
Go back over here. Really, I mean, really, that's.
We're talking about $3,000 gain in a single day.
In a single day.
Yeah, dude, this definitely.
I'm trying to tell you too because, like what I was saying earlier, like, oh shit, I think my live is something's up my live. No, put everything down. I feel like I have like 100 things open right now.
Everybody does, dude.
Shit.
So much to be looking at, especially when you're like in crypto and shit. There's like,
just
like. Got like 5 coin market cap.
Like I can't, we got the moon math, the moon math is open right now.
Oh yeah, look at that.
That shit looks badass. What was it, like a rainbow or some shit?
Yeah, I shared it a couple of days ago and I was asking everybody's opinion.
Yeah.
And
so I listened to that. I had time, man. So I listened to the podcast that day, and that dude is fucking smart. That dude said some of the smartest things I've ever heard said.
That Tommy guy, Tommy World Power. Is that who we're talking about?
Where'd you find that podcast? Was it from this link?
It was right on top of the page. I'll show you. Actually, it's right here, right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this
Sasha Hodler.
Well, I don't know who this is.
Yeah, she interviewed this guy. I don't even know his name, but the guy from this moon math shit. And this motherfucker, he was just smart, man. He really, man. He was talking about. That's what I was telling you. Well, I was like, what he was saying, correlating it to the way the beer business went, and how you had like a guy that started in his bathtub making beer, and then next thing you know, all the companies bought all the bathtub beer up.
Well, yeah.
That's my pizza. I told you the pizza.
Fucking pizza man's here,
I'll
man.
be right back.
No, you're good.
Priorities.
So I shared this link, Iman, a couple days ago, and it's the linear regression curve, except it's actually updated to the latest price. And
what do the colors represent, though?
So it doesn't represent anything. It's just it's really just to kind of indicate like really high peaks and lower bounds. But if you read their website, they're talking about actually making those colors mean something. So, but they're still working on it, and obviously this doesn't really mean anything other than, this trajectory is going to lead to $1 million Bitcoin in like 6 years or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
So, I think it's one of the things that we were talking about last week or a couple of days ago actually, and I wanted to find a chart with the updated data just to see where it looked like, and so I found this.
So this is like. It's like right before this big pop off or something.
Yeah, this is right before the pop off. Yeah,
that's happening right now.
Yeah,
this is pretty badass. Yeah, man, that shit's pretty consistent.
Yeah,
look at it, dude. It's starting, man. It's fucking starting.
Yeah, I think once we get this, if we break 11,000, I think you're right. I think it's gonna keep going up.
Dude, I'm ready for it, man.
Damn, 33%. So it's starting to calm down now, but.
Yeah,
I want to see what time it is in China right now.
Oh yeah, that's a big.
You checking that out?
Dude, the volume's gonna be nasty, man.
That's a crazy candle.
Yeah, it's a statement candle for sure. That's like that's like whenever we broke from 3K to 4,200 back like 6 months ago or whatever.
Yeah.
That was a statement candle too.
See, I wasn't even around for that one.
You weren't?
That's this one.
Yeah, that's that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
in Beijing right now. It's 9:49 in the morning.
Okay,
that makes sense.
But the buying started like 4 hours ago, so like around 5, 6.
But this candle too, like this is a daily too.
Yeah.
So it's this candle and then this one. That's crazy.
Fucking China, man, dude. See, China in 2017, they had the power to tank the market.
Yeah, they did.
I remember. Every little they banned Bitcoin like 4 or 5 times. They're like, fuck this Bitcoin shit, and like
Yeah. Well, they just want to have control over shit,
Exactly.
They just want to basically have control over shit. I wouldn't be surprised if we get banned for saying that.
Yeah.
See, what I always figured though, because like the United States dollar has so much power, I feel like eventually like the world powers from beyond are gonna figure out, you know what, the best way to fuck over the United States is to devalue their currency, like use a digital currency instead.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I figure. So why wouldn't
you?
Yeah,
I mean, you watched the Zuckerberg thing, right? Well,
oh yeah, for sure.
You watched the whole thing.
So like, you remember the part when the guy was saying, we wouldn't want to have to send basically bombs over, so that's why we use the American dollar to.
The American dollar is the one that puts pressure on other countries.
Yeah.
And if we secede that power, then
it was crazy because he was like a kind of like a bully being like, I don't want to have to go over there and whoop some ass. So that's why I do what I do with this dollar. So you're gonna really make me go in my bag like that? You're like, damn, dude, you're really like bully,
Yeah,
that's how Trump's doing it, man. Like for sure,
pretty much.
I mean. It's just the American way,
It's true.
And a lot of the questions were completely stupid, though. They were asking him about Facebook.
Had to do just with Facebook.
Yeah.
A lot of it they were like ridiculous stuff. They're like, my mom last year was on Facebook and she saw a fucked up video, and you're like, all right, lady, like, chill. Like this is a little bit bigger than that. Even though that's a big deal. But
you know what really shocked me? They had this number where they were talking about like 18 million pictures of underage children, like
Yeah.
18 million. I was wondering, like, why?
She said something about like 80% of like the child porn images are on Facebook. Like, where the fuck? Where, dude? Like, where are these?
So I was asking about it.
Yeah.
And I forgot who was telling me. Basically it's kids sending each other's nudes.
Oh fuck.
That's what it is.
Really?
It's not
so
like
they're counting 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
Sending each other nudes. Yeah.
So
what was I seeing?
And I was wondering, is like, where's this ring, this pedophile child pornography ring doing on Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it didn't make any sense to me. So then once I heard it was like the kids sending each other shit, I was like, okay, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But why would you do that on Facebook, though? And then on top of that, how does Facebook know what you're sending each other?
Dude, they know everything, man. They know everything.
Yeah, but
when
these
Zuckerberg
messages are supposed to be private.
That interview, he sounded like he knew personally about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to personally know about.
Yeah, I think so, too. I mean, Zuck knows more than he's shown.
Yeah, you think? Yeah, he's got to be like super PC. He can't piss off anyone, dude.
Yeah.
Or else he can't say anything to like raise some red flags or that stock price is gonna tumble.
I was surprised about the way he was going about it. Like, he did what he could do, man. He's not like.
Yeah, I almost felt bad for Zuck.
That's what everyone said. It's
almost until I thought about how much money
exactly.
he had, and I was like, he's gonna be straight as soon as he leaves this situation. So it's like, nah.
He could handle a little bit of criticism.
Yeah,
go home to his Scrooge McDuck room and like just fucking dive into his room full of gold coins or whatever the fuck he's got.
Yeah, they even asked him like, "Are you willing to take your entire salary in Libra, or whatever you're gonna leave off to your children?"
That
in
was
Libra?
a stupid question too, because it's like, no, because I wouldn't take my entire salary in dollars.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like that man is gonna have assets. Like these motherfuckers that fuck with assets. They don't have like, they're not just like, I just have $1 billion trillion and it's all in dollars.
right.
Hell no. He's got gold. This motherfucker got businesses,
buildings,
he's got land. He's definitely not. He would be. That would be the ridiculous thing to. That's like a lot of ridiculous questions they ask that.
Yeah.
But it was worth listening to if you're into the space. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know about this stuff, then you should probably have been watching that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying is like must see TV.
Now it's crazy seeing like politicians use the word cryptocurrency so much these days. I feel like, you know what I mean? It's like surreal in a way, just because I've been like watching this shit for like a few years now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden now this is like mainstream attention from
concern.
Like you see like AOC up there and shit. She's like a big politician these days.
Yeah.
I
mean, it was a lot. There was a lot of things that were like kind of like, I don't know. I kind of stepped back and was like, wow, these people are like, they're scared. They seem scared to me. They seem like they're caught off guard and they don't know exactly what to do about any of it. It's kind of like when a parent like their 16-year-old daughter just started fucking everyone. And they're like, oh no, what are you doing outside? It's so much more than me being outside right now.
Yeah, you don't know what's gonna come of it. Like you said, that 16-year-old girl is out there being a sleut.
Yeah,
like in a couple of years, she might have a baby, or some shit. We don't know what's gonna come 5-10 years from now. This cryptocurrency thing,
Yeah, I mean, look at this thing.
Yeah, the questions again.
I wanted to talk about all kinds of things, but I'm just looking at this thing like this is crazy.
Dude, this is like
action movie right here.
This is like porn, dude. this is like map porn or not map chart porn. Like look at these big ass green candles.
Seriously, like.
Dude, especially if you got money, and like if you're holding Bitcoin right now, you're happy. You're a happy man.
Oh yeah.
/ woman.
I could have held out for a longer
honestly,
6,000 period.
In crypto in this moment right now, you're probably in a good mood at least.
Yeah, it's good to see, man. Dude, Bitcoin's been fucking snoozing for like 3 months now, dude. Like
it's
straight
true.
Sideways.
Like the mana sale's over.
Yeah, because it was at under 2 cents, right?
It was at 20.
When
I put mana sale up on my wall, it was like
like nope
20, 25 or 0.25 or something like that, 0.26. And I was like, yeah, it's a mana sale.
Yeah.
And then it's over. The mana sale is long been since over.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Wait, what are we looking at? That's mana?
So mana.
That's mana. Hold on, I'm gonna go check Ether real quick. Ether at $195. It was 160 something the other like 5 minutes ago.
Damn.
That's crazy. This is my first experience, I think, in crypto with something this crazy.
Wait, so when exactly did you hop in?
I'll show you on the map. Where's BTC? Did I lose it? Did I delete it?
No, it should be there.
It would be like here, right? Did I delete it? I think I got so flustered I might have deleted BTC altogether.
There it is.
So I got in right around, and I did all kinds of junk though. That's what I did though. I got in right around here, and then lived through all this stuff. Became a trader, quit trading. I did all kinds of like ridiculousness all through this time, and then I probably found Decentraland somewhere around this area here.
Right.
But and then I started kind of doing things in Decentraland, and most of my money's been kind of tied up in that lately because it's not just like just the land and the mana. Like I'm doing things with Catherine and stuff like that. So like,
that's KJ Walker, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I'm happy with what I've got going on because the reason for me with Decentraland is like, the ability to follow crypto and use my creativity to probably try to gain money in crypto. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that we always talk about is that if Decentraland doesn't figure out ways to, or the actual developers don't give us tools to help us monetize what we create, there's not going to be a whole lot of Decentraland.
Yeah.
Because we can't sustain ourselves just creating cool stuff and not making money.
I'm already seeing it. Like now that the game jam is done.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like a ghost town.
It is a ghost town.
No one's doing shit.
It's definitely a bit of a ghost town, but I'm pretty excited about the casino that's going up, the Flamingo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to try and get a piece
I
of
talked
it?
to Boss today actually, and I had a funny conversation with him. I wanted to talk about that. So, I was telling him about my project and stuff, and I was like, man, are you based in the US? Because like, what's up with regulatory issues with what you're doing right now?
Yeah, for real.
Man, I'm in Costa Rica. And I was like, yeah.
It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It all makes sense.
It made a lot of sense when he said that. I thought that was real cool. And it kind of like confirmed my thoughts. I was like, this dude must be somewhere else. He can't be in America doing it.
Yeah, for real.
So like, we won't even be able to play, right? Just for Americans?
I wouldn't if I was you.
Yeah. No, you have to go through KYC through their website, and then you can play.
Oh, I didn't even know. So, so I'm not even interested in that. I'm not much of a gambler in the first place, so it doesn't matter. But to me, all casino and Decentraland on like up and running is probably healthy for everybody.
For sure.
So that's what I looked at.
I guess I'll like run over there and like stand outside, look
look
upon and envy. Like, man, look at all them having fun in there.
They're not even gonna let. They've got to let you in because there's amenities and stuff like that. That's why they have like 30 extra parcels that are not available for sale.
Yeah, it's gonna be turned into like a not just
like
gambling spot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think they have like a club in there.
Actually, let me pull that up.
One of the things I was talking to with Boss is having people bet on the block runner during the monthly tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for example, once we select the 10 people.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, the last man standing on a monthly tournament, you can bet on one of the 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
And so the betting would happen through Decentral Games, which is what Boss is doing.
Who's Boss?
Boss, B-A-U-S. That's the guy running.
Vows? Vows? I don't know.
Yeah,
Vows.
Vows.
Oh, call him Boss because
He's the boss.
He's boss, man.
Yeah, he's the boss.
Okay.
I'm trying to find. I was looking at all this earlier today. I'm trying to remember where it was like on his blog. I wonder if I can write in Boss. No, that ain't it. How did I find that, man? It was like a webpage that had his blog on it and the it's like Vegas.
Oh, the Flamingo?
Yeah.
This is the one that they're auctioning off pieces of their or their casino, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
See, that's what I don't understand. If we buy a piece of land over there, do we have any implications on like regulatory stuff?
I would stay away from that totally if you live in the US. Yeah,
I don't think we can fuck with that.
This is what I was going to show you though. That like there's an entertainment. So this is Vegas City altogether, right? So Flamingos is going to be right here. And then there's an entertainment. So this is Vegas City altogether, right? So Flamingos is going to be right here. And then there's an entertainment. So this is Vegas City altogether, right? So Flamingos is going to be right here. And then there's an entertainment. So this is Vegas City altogether, right? So Flamingos is going to be right here. And then there's an entertainment. So this is Vegas City altogether, right? So Flamingos is going to be right here. And then there's an entertainment. So this is Vegas City altogether, right? So Flamingos is going to be right here. And then there's an entertainment. So this is Vegas City altogether, right? So Flamingos is going to be right here. And then there's an entertainment. So this is Vegas City altogether, right? So Flamingos is going to be right here. And then there's an entertainment. So this is Vegas City altogether, right? So Flamingos is going to be right here. And then there's an entertainment. So this is Ve So they've got an entertainment quarter, they've got a sports plaza, they've got
shit.
the experience quarter. I think it's more like a theme park, is what I think I read about that.
Okay.
And then this is all casino stuff.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So they've got like a plan going on there. This is all roads, and then the center of the plaza, whatever there's going to be there. There's going to be. They plan on having like entertainment, people performing music, and all kinds of junk in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people are working on this?
I do not know. I didn't ask. I didn't ask them all that.
Okay.
I was just
Man,
like,
that's a lot of work though. What they're doing?
Oh, that's going to be an undertaking. Like if you think about this is 88. Look at this little box right here. That's 88 parcels.
Dude.
Holy
and the way he's putting it together.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's enormous.
So
if you look at it
like
on the big map, like
it's at least a couple thousand parcels, I'm guessing.
It's several. I can pull it. We can find out exactly right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Vegas City's fucking huge. I remember. It's like the whole top left corner of the map. Yeah, there it is. That big blue chunk.
This.
Oh, damn.
1,716 parcels. You can't even like zoom out far enough.
What about to the left of it? That's not even.
Oh, damn, that's 1/4?
Yeah, that's not even the whole thing.
Holy shit.
Yeah, man, this place is huge.
They're all 1716.
Wow. So it's like
so
6,000
times 4.
parcels.
Oh, no, it's 1672 somehow. And 16. So it's just two that are 1672 and two that are 1716.
Okay, so they already have like a whole project lined out and stuff. There has to be like a team of like 100 people working on this. I feel like because that's much work.
I'm saying there's got to be a lot of people from probably a couple different countries. You can't imagine that they're all in Costa Rica, like chopping it up and shit.
Yeah, damn. Like I wish
that's dude. The stuff that we did for Game Jam, that was a lot of work for us.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And that was like 4 parcels.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm working on a 2-parcel little like mom and pop shop that me and Catherine have been working on for like 2 months. So obviously we had Game Jam. I didn't want to bother her.
Yeah,
there's things that we had to learn within the time anyway. So it was like we had to learn some things in order to make what I want to have happen. So
right. Yeah, same for everybody. We all had to learn something in order to deploy whatever we wanted to.
And then the funny part about Game Jam, I was like, man, of course they're going to throw the curveball. They're throwing updates for the whole DCL in the middle of Game Jam.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, that was like annoying.
Yeah. They fucking changed the whole physics of the world.
Yeah,
I remember that. They like ruined our jumping game. Like, damn, all of a sudden.
When you guys used to be able to jump to the sky.
Yeah, it had like a cool feel to it when you could like fucking
glide.
Yeah, glide all over the place. Then you turned into like fat asses. They could barely jump 2 inches out the street.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
The sign now makes a lot of sense. Actually, let me jump off of this.
So the people building that scaffolding, right?
Looks good, man.
It's the king of the stairs. This guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The drunken king of the stairs.
Who is this?
What is he doing? Like, what's the plan here?
I'm thinking this is a building.
He's got
I'm starting to think that this is the early walls and the center part of a building, and then you could like wall this stairs up, and maybe I'm just giving him ideas now, but that's my guess is that he's got 4 parcels here in an estate, and that he could build a building this high. He's probably like, all right, I can go that high. This is where the stairs are going to be. But he was messing with an elevator before. I think it might just be his like scratch pad too. I'm not 100%.
Yeah. He's probably just testing the waters and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody
seems to be just again with the updates that happen. Like who knows? Because like you're having updates going on all the time with Decentraland, so you don't know exactly what you're going to be able to do and not be able to do.
Yeah.
Another reason why it's dead right now is because nobody can deploy anything. That's broken.
That's the other thing. They had the deployment problem. Yeah. So, I mean, even like my floors, I can't.
That's right. Yeah. So Franky bought some floors from MetaZone, and he bought it like on the day where the deployment stuff broke.
Yeah.
Like so, it's like what the hell?
Yeah. And it's still not fixed. That was like a week ago.
That was like over a week ago.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, I think Crunch is on vacation right now. I was trying to get him to.
We haven't heard from him in a while.
Stream. Yeah, he said he was going on vacation or something like that, so he'll be back around. But
Crunch made.
Yeah, those are Crunch's floors.
Oh yeah, those are his floors, huh?
Yeah.
He designed them or what?
Yeah, I think so.
Shit, man.
He said I got to get the dragon scales. Not even sure what the dragon scales look like.
Is there something on the other side of the wall?
On the other side of the wall is more stairs from this guy over here. Fresh stairs.
Dang, you just got in his way, huh?
Fancy rock.
What the fuck, dude? Look at that, dude. Like a mystery rock.
And then there's this plot of land that I'm plotting on.
Hey, what? I remember that. Have you ever figured out that little puzzle thing?
Yeah,
right behind
Franky
you?
did actually, right?
I did this. It was. I don't even know how it works because it just looks like numbers adding up in ways that. But I told who was it? I
what's
keep
his
forgetting
name?
was it Seb that made this?
Seb Decenter, right?
Yeah. I told him I was like, it was like figuring out a Rubik's Cube by mistake.
You're just like fiddling with it until you did something right.
I'll go mess with it, but I'm literally not gonna try to do this.
No. I think we tried it once.
What you do is you aim at these things, right, and it gives you a number. You see that number? All right, I'm at 17.
Yeah.
The next number is now it's that number, right? And I know it's not like just to this next one, but come on, there it is. There's another number, right? And so like now I gotta make it add up to the right number.
Yeah, the goal is to
add up to the right.
Yeah, the goal is to like get
There's
to a specific number.
You want to reach, and so there's like a combination of hitting these balls that you do, and then you end up with a crypto kitty on the bottom.
What?
And the crypto kitty is not for me. It's just so you know that you
displays.
won.
Oh, lame.
I really was hoping I can keep that crypto kitty.
Yeah.
Especially because
wait, so you don't even have to be jumping on these platforms or nothing?
No, you just gotta aim at this thing.
Oh man,
this aimer thing like goes for distance, man. When I did Catherine's game, like that aimer thing, I was like flipping those little switches on the on the enchanted wood.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was flipping those little switches from deep, man. I was like, oh,
Kobe.
far as that away.
Yeah,
it was funny. I was in there with Highball actually, right? And Highball's like, I'm texting him in the Discord. I'm like, I can see you. And he's like, nah, man, I'm way up here, man. I can't see you. I was like, nah, I'm up top with Tack. He's like, oh, all right.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm not messing with that. That hurt my head. I think it took me like 14 minutes to do that.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of puzzles out there.
I definitely do.
If you like
and
puzzles,
he has a whole bunch of those, yeah.
That's
but the concept of that thing is so dope. Like, the concept of that thing is all about making NFT scenes.
NFT what?
NFT scenes.
What do you mean?
Yeah, so the scenes would be an NFT that you would be able to have as your unique scene that somebody couldn't take from you and that you could take with you and put it on a different parcel. Which I think you guys are working on something like that, right?
Yeah.
Very
similar.
Want to. Yeah.
This guy wrote an article about it. And then so this thing has like the history of Ethereum. So all of these have like a little write-up on a historic event in Ethereum.
Like the DAO hack.
I'm not going to be reading.
Yeah.
Party.
Super cool. This guy is real smart. This is what I gather from all this.
Yeah, man. Puzzles galore, man.
Yeah. You know what? I haven't seen. I don't know if you've seen anything, Franky. Have you seen anything like where you come across a thing in Decentraland that allows people to make money?
And again, that's why I started, that's why I started following you guys. And then that's why I started like, all right, now I want to be involved with whatever you guys are doing because, you guys were thinking on the same level as me. And that's why I told Iman too. I was like, immediately when I first started this, I had like a conference with me and my homies and I have a bunch of homies that I play Xbox with.
Yep.
And, we had like a conference and we're kicking around all kinds of ideas and all kinds of, illicit ideas and things like that. It got real crazy because my boys are always on some bullshit. So,
are they still in there with you?
What's that?
Like, are they still keeping up? Like all your homeboys?
Those are my guys. So like my real close friends.
Yeah.
So
well, I did the same thing with my friends, but they all just like blew me off. They're like, man, this shit's stupid. Like, you're fucking dumb.
They're definitely backing me. Like, a couple of them got characters and just haven't really jumped in yet. I actually just had my friend. So my real close friend just got back from Thailand, and he was during this whole time that I got involved with Decentraland. He was in Thailand. Oh, Jay Wright. He joined the. So he just got back from Thailand from a coding boot camp. So it's just like perfect timing. You know,
That's cool.
so I'm gonna put him to work when I get my project. And basically, I took one of my pieces of land. I was like, get yourself a little character and stuff, or get yourself set up, and then when you get started, you can I'll give him permissions to the little piece of land, and he can kind of scratch pad on that piece of land and see what we can accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's that's AKA Franky's Moon World. We can go visit Franky's Moon World right now.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think the other one that comes close is the casino. I mean, but
The casino, yeah,
that's pretty straightforward though.
Yeah,
But I want to see like almost every land to be like some kind of way to generate money.
But like,
yeah, or in general, just have some sort of purpose.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you don't have to be generating money through only charging people to play.
No.
I think that's like a misconception, and a lot of the you have like a lot of the angry people. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There's a lot of random angry people.
The haters.
Yeah, haters, exactly.
17, 38. That they think everything's just gonna be, well, this is just about being paid to play and da da da. It's like, my man, you can advertise for things in the world as long as we get people
exactly.
in here, we can advertise in real world things. Like my plan is not to just be doing Decentraland stuff. Believe me, man, I come from the real world, and I, that's why the whole hip hop thing. That's why I kind of gravitated toward that. Like, let me do what I know.
Yeah.
But I'm probably gonna be advertising people's music and such, things like that. Because if I can put somebody's music in front of all kinds of people's eyes from all over the world, like what are you talking about?
Yeah, for sure. It's music. It's like cell phones in the real world. I mean, anything that advertisers want people to look at, especially players that are engaged in a video game.
Like,
I mean, come on.
You got to remember too is that you're going to be able to put people's eyes on things that are from not your country.
That's right.
You would never be able to contact with them, and they're going to be spending time.
Yeah.
If you can get them to spend the time,
Yeah.
So there's got to be some sort of like, this is Franky's Moon World. This is what I did with the builder.
Oh yeah.
It's all right. I had a long conversation with Ariel from the I don't know, he must be from the builder program or whatever, or from DCL in general. But I was telling him about like what I thought. Like the builder is very, very like simple, and I think that it can be done a lot better. Like I've been messing with Somnium Space as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's something else I wanted to talk about. Did you guys see the whole tweet thing with this guy? The CEO.
Oh yeah, that he's like talking trash on Decentraland.
Him and H. Provacos, right?
Yeah,
we're going crazy back and forth. And at first, I thought I was like, "That's stupid." I kind of looked at it and I was like, "I'm not even looking at that."
Yeah.
But then when I went to the Twitter thread, I was like, "Holy shit, these guys are going at it."
So what were they saying?
Who was the other guy? Somnium Space.
So it's the CEO of Somnium Space.
Oh shit!
And H. Provacos is like going at it, and a couple other people, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's just like the dude, and it kind of like a little bit turned me off to Somnium Space. And there's been things about Somnium Space that I'm not in love with, definitely.
Yeah.
The centrality of it, and whatever. But this dude is just like kind of bad mouthing Decentraland, And it's like, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, there's no need for that. Like
first of all, at all. There's not like enough market cap to have that kind of competition.
Yeah.
It's like Fisker Karma versus Tesla or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like it gets dirty in a way. I guess because nobody's
for no need.
Well, nobody is the clear cut
winner,
first
place, leading the charge yet.
Yeah,
it's not even a race. The race hasn't started.
Yeah.
Dudes are still, it's just really not a thing yet.
Yeah.
So you to sit here and badmouth, and there was a video I had watched of it was like that dude Arthur,
mm-hmm.
and one of the devs from Decentraland, who is definitely not like. See, the thing about Decentraland was what I like about it is not being run by one dude.
Yeah.
It's not like a representative, like, oh, that's the dude from Decentraland.
Yeah.
It's a team of people who are from different parts of the world.
Yeah.
And that's why it's Decentraland. It's a community.
Exactly.
That's what they built.
Yeah.
And so like so this dude's in that, he's doing his presentation. He's got all kinds of bells and whistles on his presentation and shit. He's got like wild rock and roll playing when he comes up to the stage, and like a WWF wrestler or some shit. You know what I mean? And then he's like talking trash, like a little bit in that conference. And I'm like, I don't think that's really necessary. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's a bad look too.
Yeah, it was like him, the other dude, and then the dude from Neos, right? You know about Neos?
Yeah.
Is that like Neo's version of Decentraland or what?
No. There's like Neo World. That's a different one.
Yeah,
That's
Neo
something
World.
like Neo Land or Neo World. That's not the same thing. Neos.
Yeah, what is that?
This guy, and that was a pretty cool project. And when I get a VR, actually, Iman, you should check that out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like more like Ready Player One, but it's super cartoony. Like everybody's like a fucking fox. Everybody's got a tail. I'm like, I'm cool. I don't want a tail, homie. I mean, I want to be a person. But whatever. You can build a lot more in it because you can do. I think there's a lot more space. Like you can build your own. It's kind of like more like VR chat, I guess, that you can like really build a bigger space. There's no buying land, and they don't advertise it. So they just kind of like tell people about it, and people kind of latch onto it and start working with it. Stuff, I would say it's like the open source version of all this, And so it's cool, and I like that guy as a person. Like I was like, that guy seems like a good dude, But man, he rubbed me the wrong way in that, and then this whole Twitter storm with H. Provacos, and like. I was like, man, you'd have to see. I might be able to pull it up.
Yeah, see if you can find it.
Yeah, it's like.
Was there any name calling? It's like
I don't remember if it was necessarily name calling, but it wasn't. It wasn't a good look for a CEO to be doing all that. Like it's just. What is his thing? There he is, right there. First thing popping up. So it started from this. Where the dude was like talking about, this is in Somnium Space. He made like an arcade machine, and the dude.
It looks.
So he's like,
okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So our community is achieving some serious and amazing results with Somnium Builder. Look at this arcade machine. So what's gonna be your thing inside the persistent Somnium Space virtual reality? It's just kind of like. Cool, I made a arcade machine,
Yeah.
And then he said something, and I don't know if it's in this thread, but basically the dude, no, it's not in this thread at all. The dude said, I hope it's gonna be more like Decentraland or something like that. And this guy starts talking about like, oh, please no, we'll never look like Decentraland.
Mm-hmm.
And then that kind of started off like a real petty little argument. I'm trying to find this.
Yeah, I saw another one where they have like some kind of tablet in like a browser within Somnium Space,
and you can go into CryptoVoxels.
Yeah, right? I saw that one. Yeah. The one where somebody goes into cool. CryptoVoxels.
And my guess would be that like more likely you'd want to make it so you could go from Decentraland to Somnium Space to CryptoVoxels. You wouldn't want to just like, I don't know. It's like
kind of like what you were saying to me the other day, like how you envisioned there being different worlds, not just like you said, like an underwater world, a fucking whole different planet.
I'm having a harder time. It was easier on my phone.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I guess I was digging a little earlier. It was easier, but whatever. The gist of it was he was saying, please, like, don't even like compare us with Decentraland.
Yeah.
And then everybody kind of started going back and forth with their arguments of which one is better.
Yeah.
And not really like, more people was like kind of just saying like they're not the same thing. And like we're cool with it, like with Decentraland being something that's community built and not like with one, like if you look at like you bring their map is here, right? And this is a real good example of like what is the huge difference, right? Like all this land they built. Mm-hmm. All these parcels are available to you to buy.
Yeah.
That's cool. So like, they built the land. The whole structure of the land, that's why there's water and there's like open areas for everybody to be able to use. But in Decentraland, every piece of land is a piece of land that our community built, which will take longer.
That's right.
And, to put VR on a browser is also going to take longer.
That's right. That's what I like about Decentraland. It's just a browser.
Exactly. Not a big deal that's that, because I like that. I walked around that world. I was like, this could be amazing. Could be, but will be much different than Decentraland in every way. you know?
Yeah.
But it's not bad. It's like, it just is, you know? It's not like bad. So it rubbed me the wrong way that the dude was kind of going that way. And I've seen, like I said, I saw him in that presentation, and this is where this all is. Yeah. This is where it all is. Here we go. All right. Hold on a second.
Damn, this guy tweets a lot.
He's going back and forth with these guys. This is like the whole thing. I'm just trying to find, like, I think this is the beginning of it.
But can you play it?
And then it says coming soon.
Yeah, everything's coming soon.
Yeah.
But he's like talking about how, Decentraland doesn't have VR.
Yeah,
it will never look like Decentraland.
That's the original tweet, I think, that really kind of got everything going. Was like, we at Somnium Space will never look like Decentraland. Please, no. And it's just like that one of those like real cocky kind of answers.
Scroll up. Oh, so
this guy started with this.
Yeah.
Oh, look, here we go. Looks like I need one of these. The tools in crypto voxels is fairly rudimentary. Needs tools or documentation. I hope Somnium Space is more similar to Decentraland. And that's all the dude said. He didn't like go crazy. And this dude like really wasn't feeling that. And then
that's not what he was talking about. He wasn't talking about the looks of Decentraland. He's talking about the documentation that Decentraland has.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
and then
that's why Oscar, the developer that was helping us do our game, our brother, that's why he likes Decentraland, because of the documentation is clean.
Yeah.
And by documentation, you mean
like all the APIs, everything, all the tools, the SDK.
Okay.
So he's got like a real arrogant kind of like, haha, the documentation is being finalized as we speak. It's just like
fucking winky face.
It just seems like petty. It's like pretty cheap comment. Decentraland has already outdone you. And then this is kind of like goes back into like the real petty shit going back and forth.
Damn, 13 more replies.
And then H. Provacos comes in and starts talking some knowledge. Like I said, I don't feel like reading everything that's here, but like it just, it's just not unnecessarily petty argument with a CEO of a company. You're like, homie,
this is the way. This is the way.
This company, like this is what we're gonna do and have like WWE style Monday Night Wars, like with the fucking, with the VR games. Like, I don't think that's necessary. The whole thing, I just didn't think it was necessary. I thought it was hilarious, but not necessary.
You know what this reminds me of, though? This reminds me of like the early bickering between like Satoshi and like all these other dudes on Bitcoin talk forums, like in 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's what it reminds me of. There's a lot of people, with differing opinions back then, like how
it was
proof of stake, proof of work.
Dan Larimer.
Yeah, I mean,
there's part of it too.
Still that kind of stuff going on. I mean, people still are going crazy. Like the whole XRP army, which I think is fucking hilarious.
Dude, XRP is crazy, man. Everybody thinks that it is
XRP
decentralized. It is not.
Brother. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's not your father. It's not like a family member. It's just like a thing.
I have a feeling XRP army, they're full of bots, dude. There's no way, because you tweet about one thing about XRP, you got the entire army down your throat.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
Because I'll tell you personally, because I started looking into this stuff later than you guys, and like there's so many people dedicated on YouTube, just to XRP armying it up.
It's weird, man.
It's hilarious. I just find it hilarious. I'm like, I don't care one way or the other.
I can vouch for it.
Everybody else
though.
in this space, you're trying to make money, right?
Dude, but what about Ripple? That you saw back in the day.
What
did you what did you think about Ripple back in the day in 2016?
Dude, I always ignored it. I always ignored it for some reason.
Yeah,
I'm not exactly sure why I ignored it. It's just because it's another one of these like. I focused on platform tokens.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Ethereum competitors. So when I heard about Ripple, I heard it was like closely tied to like the banking infrastructure. So I was like, man, it sounds like shit. I don't even care. Yeah. It's like not something I want to be a part of. But if I would have fucking bought some back then, dude, Ripple would have like the biggest return out of all the coins, I think.
Oh yeah, when it on the 2017 run.
Yeah, Ripple was crazy.
But you have to. The thing about those things too is like you got to catch them too, and when they pop up like that, Like, for instance, Will, you said you probably caught it at like 74 or something, right? Just recently.
Yeah.
And it would have been awesome if you were just ready to go right at the beginning, you know, like ready to go, like, oh yeah, you know, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to sell at 10,571.
You know why? You know why I bought it at 74 is because I figured that if it goes down, it's going to go down to 6,000, which is not a huge loss.
Yeah, the upside.
So I was like, okay,
the upside potential is bigger.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
of course. I mean,
and in our opinion,
when it comes to these things, when I see one of these long red ones,
that's when you buy.
I'm like, line me up. I don't care if it goes down a little more after that.
Yeah.
They just got a long red one. Yeah. At some point, we're gonna do a Bart Simpson head, you know?
yeah, it's inverse Bart Simpson right here.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
This is like some BitMEX manipulation. Well, that's what everyone said. I mean, because that big red candle started right before the Zuckerberg testimony, so people were attributing it to that.
Yeah,
we can't.
That's what I was saying. It's like not a surprise that they got Zuck on trial or whatever they got him there, and then we're falling like crazy, you know?
Yeah. And now the
China
Chinese
comes in
are
like,
in, so.
You know what? Blockchain's alright.
Well, that's good, man. That means there's some volatility coming back based on news.
But the crazy thing is, we're hovering around $10,000, which is half its all-time high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to be crazy when it gets to $80,000 and then it goes up to 120.
What do you mean?
In 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, you know, that's the thing. It's going to be percentages, you know, and that's, you know, what people like really lose sight of. They, you know, they talk about this many points, and you're like, nah, man. Like, we're talking about percentages. If it goes, you know, it can go up. Like it went up 300% from like this, what it was over here.
Yeah.
March.
Yeah.
It went up like 300%. You know, so like even just over here, I mean, it kind of went 300% from here, really. So even from May to this point, you know, that's when I saw it. I was like, holy shit, you know, like, you know, because I had always kept an eye, but I didn't, you know, I didn't watch the charts. I didn't, you know, any of that up until this year, you know.
Yeah. So then when did you first hear about it then?
Oh man, I heard about Ethereum when it came out.
2014 or something like that?
I've been broke, man. I've been living crazy.
Yeah.
So like, you know, I like the last thought of my mind in the last few years was anything financial, never mind what to do with my finances, you know. And I just started like really wanting to change my life after like I told Iman, I was like, the whole thing was funny was I was making music and I was like, man, I need a better computer. And that turned into like 6 degrees of separation. Now I'm making a minor, you know? And then like, let me learn a lot more about this Bitcoin stuff and this crypto stuff. And then that kind of led me to where I'm at now.
It's a rabbit hole, man. Once you start getting into crypto, I mean, you don't get out.
Yeah.
No. Because the fundamentals are legitimate, you know? Like, I was actually going to put up a post saying, like, Bitcoin, your fundamentals are showing, you know what I mean? Like, but, like, you know, for real, it's, you know, it makes sense. When you understand it, it makes sense. If you don't understand it, it just is scary.
Yeah.
And so everybody will tell me, like, oh, be careful. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be careful, but I study this shit. It's not like I'm just saying, like, oh, I'm just going to buy me some Bitcoins, you know, whatever, you know, like, nah, man, like, I'm out here, like, I study this shit every day.
It's like Carlos Matos on BitConnect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that guy was just going crazy on BitConnect.
Who put me onto that was my little brother, 14 years old.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he put me on. I had heard of BitConnect, but I had never like seen him.
It was because of all the ads
like
on YouTube.
Guy? And he was just like, I guess there's some memes going on or something.
Yeah, it turned into a meme. That's what it was.
Yeah,
everybody knew the meme.
Yeah, he put me on to that. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, then all of a sudden, again, like, crypto is associated with scams because of it. You know,
that's right.
It's like the big meme.
Crypto's been associated with everything, even up to recently. You know, I watch like a conspiracy YouTube channel sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And these guys are talking about it's like involved a child pedophilia and all kinds of extra shit, and I'm like, yeah, but you know, like it's on a public ledger. Like if they want to find whoever people you're talking about, all you gotta do is look it up. In so many words, you know?
Yeah. Fucking child porn. I didn't expect that angle. But
they were saying that people like are funding child pedophilia rings
with
some sort of Bitcoin. I wasn't even trying to listen to that long enough because I was like, listen, homie, man, like if somebody really wants to figure out how or where that money is coming from and going, you can figure that out.
Yeah.
You know? I'm not smart enough to do that, but I'm smart enough to know that it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, just today there was another article. It could be contributing to this run up, but this guy, the president of Crypto Capital, arrested for laundering $390 million, and it has some connection to Bitfinex. So there's going to be some revelation around this guy's involvement, Bitfinex and Tether. Remember how that Tether scandal was going on?
Just pumping billions and billions of Tether.
That's right. And so he just got arrested, and I guess we might be hearing like some intel on what's going on with Bitfinex and Tether.
Why would that be positive news for crypto though, or for Bitcoin? You would think that would have like the opposite effect, like oh shit, it's true.
No, I mean, if it's showing that Bitcoin is actually able to weed these things out on its own, then it's probably a strong thing for it. You know?
But it would be like more like it would be proof for the whole conspiracy meeting. Like what's been pumping the price of Bitcoin this whole time? Everyone says it's Bitfinex and Tether.
It's like washing.
Bitfinex and Tether how long have they been around for? Is that been around since the beginning?
They're around 2017. That's kind of like the big thing, right? Like what caused that 2017 run up? A lot of people associated.
2017 wasn't the only time that it.
Nah, that's true. That's true.
Like you can just keep going back. If you erase 2017, like hold on, let me just go to the weekly. If you erase, you can go to a log scale. That's actually probably a lot better.
Yeah, there's been pumps and dumps since before Bitfinex.
Since long before the 2017. You know, if you just erase the 2017 part, right? Oh, this is 2013. That looks crazy. That's 2013.
Yeah. And then back then, everyone says...
Like, again, when you talk about percentages, you know?
Like, talking about percentages, imagine when we get to like an $80,000 Bitcoin and it goes up 10%.
And then it does a triple.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, dude, 10%?
Well, that's 17. All right, that's 2017. But if you go, like I said, the log scale, like, it all looks crazy. If you delete that one, look at that one.
Yeah.
Delete that one, look at that one. You know, so, you know, these dudes that were mining in the beginning, my man had a friend mining Bitcoin in 2009. He had a wallet for like a few years, and then he ended up selling it, I think, for like $6,000 in 2013.
The whole wallet for $6,000?
Yeah, whatever was in it. Like, let's call it 150 Bitcoin or something like that, you know? Oh, man. Kid, I mean, he's not like bad. His situation ain't bad, but I heard so many, since getting into this, I heard so many of these stories, you know, so many people that I knew, you know, like I said, I was telling Iman, you know, a lot of my friends from the streets like that, like I knew everyone fucking with Silk Road. Like everyone was like, man, I was buying that Molly off of Silk Road and shit. You know? Like,
yeah.
Oh man,
dude, it was easier back in the day. I mean, all you had to do is just transfer Bitcoin, and then all of a sudden, you got your shit on your doorstep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, dudes are doing that, you know. And then just recently, like I'm from Massachusetts, there was some kid that, you know, got busted for that same idea, you know.
Yeah,
and it's like people are not realizing like this shit is a public ledger. Like it literally will be found. Like somebody finds what wallet that came from, then checks the IP address, and then check the location, and then they'll be at your house.
Yeah.
Days, you know. So don't use it for drugs no more, guys.
Well, why not, man?
Well, I guess you could.
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
use cash for drugs, you know.
Yeah, but this is more traceable, so I don't know if you want to do that.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
It's much more traceable.
Traceable, meaning like your transaction.
Let's say you're the guy selling the drugs, right? And you're accepting Bitcoin.
Uh-huh.
If you get arrested as the seller,
mm-hmm.
and they confiscate your Bitcoin account, they're gonna go and track to see where all the Bitcoin came from.
They can go find all your
and then they go subpoena Coinbase. And then they know who you are.
Transaction with you, yeah.
Yep.
So like that's
But if we choose the right president, all drugs are legal, and the worst case that could happen is that they force you to go get rehab.
Yeah.
I mean, in a yeah. But
have you been following, Frankie, the whole presidential debate and all that stuff?
Nah, man. I just look at those people like people from TV. I don't even think about presidents and stuff like that. Like
so.
I literally just like.
Have you heard of Andrew Yang?
To me, it's like the dude from Home Alone. You know, he was using Home Alone. It's just come on, man. Like, these people are just fucking whoever money is backing them, that's what they're gonna do.
Oh, for sure.
And I've seen this over and over and over to the point of I don't even look at the TV no more. You know?
For sure. But have you heard of Andrew Yang though?
Yes, I've heard of Andrew Yang.
So what do you think?
On top of your block runner.
Yeah.
That's how I heard of him.
You got the hat. It's just chilling right here, man.
Yeah, we got the hat. No, I mean we like the guy because he's a man of like science and math.
Yeah.
And like the stuff that he talks about, it's verifiable, right? Just like, cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And
the thing is, you got to remember that this is America, and like in that Zuckerberg grilling, it was like, well, we don't want to have to send guns over there, so we send the dollars, and they're always going to go back to, well, we'll blow that whole shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So if a guy like Andrew Yang is up in there to really shake things up, I mean, what they do to JFK?
Yeah, it's
they
true.
brought him in front of everybody that could see TV, and it was like, watch this.
Yeah.
Boom, there's your hero, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Then, so I don't really believe in the presidency of America like that. Like, when Barack Obama was running, right? My man was like, yo, Frank, like, you gonna vote? I'm like, no, like, I ain't vote last time. I ain't voting this time. And he's like, but it's a black dude. I'm like, man, I'll be there for the revolution. You ready? No. All right, then shut the fuck up about it, man. I'm really not fucking with you. I mean,
yeah,
that's how I think. Like, I'll be there for the revolution and when y'all ready to go. But I mean, these people like this whole idea of doing it through the political system. If it hasn't worked for the past 100 years and it's been locked down for the past 300 years, I don't see it coming.
Oh, I haven't been engaged in politics since forever. I just don't, because I don't really believe in the whole system.
Exactly.
But once I heard about Andrew Yang on Joe Rogan's podcast, I was like, wait a minute, this guy is at least talking, sense.
I liked what he was talking about, but the road is wildly uphill.
Yeah.
Wildly uphill. I heard this old white lady the other day talking to me about it, and she was like, "You believe they have some Asian guy? It's like the Chinese people come right out here and kill that. Like that. You got to remember, some of these old white people are ingrained from prior wars.
Yeah.
We don't remember, and I don't remember.
Yeah.
But this lady was like 300 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she remembered whatever things that happened back in those days, and I honestly do not. So.
Yeah, and plus, he's a different candidate, and I think Trump was sort of like the prototype of Andrew Yang in the sense that people wanted a president that was not part of like the political system, and they thought that Trump was just going to shake everything up, and it just made everything worse.
And to see what he was going to do, I wasn't like go get him, but I was like, well, we'll see what he has to do. I mean, I'm hearing certain things, and I'm hearing he's not a part of like the structure,
Yeah, right.
He's saying crazy things, but if you're gonna get elected in that manner, you're gonna have to rouse some people up, that are not on your level intelligence wise. So you're gonna have to rile them up, And I seen what he was doing, and I seen what he did, and he definitely made it happen. But at the end of the day, I'm not seeing that he really. I don't know. I'd have to see more from him to
well, he's pretty crazy. I mean, he talked about nuking a hurricane to stop hurricanes. So,
I mean, who says that's even that far-fetched of an idea? Because like these dudes are talking about, they're having hurricane wars with HAARP.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, Elon was talking about nuking Mars, but I mean that made a little bit more sense because you're not nuking your own backyard.
Yeah.
But aren't they testing nukes, or didn't they test nukes like all the time? Like
yeah, they did.
Yeah,
like in Nevada and stuff like that.
And like what is this? Somewhere in the middle, in the
water
southwest,
too.
Right? In the southwest, they were testing those back in the day.
There's like a map,
whole areas that you can't go to and stuff. Still,
yeah,
right?
yeah. There's like a website or like a video or something that shows like all the detonation spots like throughout history.
Yeah.
I think like during the 50s and 60s is like when they were going crazy.
Oh yeah, because they were displaying their power.
I got more confidence in aliens coming down and fixing the political system than I do in people.
Hey, but that's why we have the DAO for a bunch of these cryptocurrencies where you have a government that's a decentralized autonomous organization.
Yeah, to like uphold something is as easy as like an interest rate. You know what I mean? But when it comes to like global politics and shit, I don't think we can really decentralize those types of decisions. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what my man Pop told me. He's like, I was telling him about things, cryptocurrency and stuff. He's like, man, Frank, they will just bomb shit. At some point, they'll just get done with all the arguments and they'll just like start bombing shit. And I was kind of writing them off, but little by little, the more I hear from these people, I'm like, man, they will, They will just bomb.
That's kind of how I feel, man. That's like
I felt like that's what they were saying to Zuckerberg at one point. They were just like, man, don't make us have to just bomb some shit. We don't understand what's going on here, but we do got control of the fucking bombs.
Got the button.
Yeah, man. Word. It was kind of like one of those like, all right, chill. I do want to talk about the maze today, though.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Did you join Iman?
No, I missed it. I missed the play test.
That shit was hilarious.
What happened?
You should have been there.
Y'all got another NFT, right?
Yeah.
Go
to the location.
I probably didn't. H. Provocos kind of went off on me because I was cheating like a motherfucker. Oh, that shit was funny.
Go to the location. It's 115.
That part, it was hilarious.
Go to the location 115 -8.
Yeah.
That way we can show.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me go there. Yeah, let me go there because I'll show you what I was doing.
Yeah, it was like a large maze, and I guess you had to wait till a certain time to get in. But what people did was they found like a nearby tree, and they just like hopped on the top side so they could just.
So I'm sitting in there. I've got like 6 characters in there at one point. H. Provocos hopped in my inbox, and he's like, "You're not gonna get an NFT because."
Isn't that what I said?
Whatever reason it was. It was funny. I was like, "Listen, homie." I don't care, man. I'm like, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on the Block Runner podcast later, and we'll talk about it. But I don't care. And plus, like, what is a beta test for?
Exactly. You're supposed to break it.
Yeah, you're supposed to figure out ways to
honestly don't care. Don't send me the NFT. I don't need it. It's not a big deal. I just, if you're gonna be a real beta tester, you should be trying to break into every single play test that there is.
Yeah, I mean,
here's what happened. I walked up here, right, just like this, right. This was just like this. And it was supposed to say whatever the numbers were.
It was 10 mythic tokens.
The numbers go down. I'm like, oh no, who's sneaking in here? And so I'm looking around, I was like, I see this guy standing on top of this tree, and I was like, hold on.
Wait, what the fuck? You can just kill it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I did that actually, the same exact thing right there. I just fell off the tree to start with.
Yeah, that's hilarious. You just jump off that tree.
Games. But then I figured out you can do this, right? Boom.
Now
you're up here, and now you're in. Right?
So you gotta get to the middle.
Shit!
You gotta get to the middle.
Now you gotta figure it out.
Oh no, we're not figuring it out. We're gonna
just replug the coordinates and come back outside.
Exactly. The first time I did it like clean though, which was way better than what I just did there. But
yeah, so they had 10 like mythic tokens, 100 like rare, and then 1,000 like uncommon or something like that.
So I get it. Yeah, you get in the middle, and there's like an axe there, and so what I ended up doing was I kept respawning, but I had like, I don't know, 12 browsers open. Yeah. And I just got nothing but my guy in there, like 12 of my guys in there. And I thought I saw Will at one point in there, and I was like, man, I'm like, and then like I said, then H. Provocos jumped in my inbox, and he was like, he told me something like, you're not gonna be able to they're gonna take you off of it if you keep doing that or something. I'm like, listen, I don't care.
Well, that's it's like, dude, you're supposed to break it. That way, the next time when they do one for real, you can't break it.
Yeah. Literally, yeah. I mean, yeah. Or maybe
it's funny.
Axe that tree down for sure.
This, right?
You gotta cut that bitch down, dude. For sure.
Yeah.
It's funny when we first launched the Block Runner.
Man, I keep fucking this up right now.
H. Provocos was the first guy to hack the whole thing, and he put like 1337 as the jumps on there.
I remember that.
And so he did exactly what he was supposed to do: is break it.
Yeah.
Right. Because once we start paying out people, you don't want a bunch of hackers just like taking all the money.
It's like, check it out. I'm top of the leaders.
My thought process was, as soon as I saw the number of things, and you got to remember, in the last game test, I got 2 masks, but some people got like 12.
Yeah, they did.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just wasn't about to be a sucker on this one. I was like, nah, man, I'm getting my 12 items or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I told you last time that I was like, man, when I get this black mask, somebody's getting robbed. And then everything kind of came together for me. And I was like, we're going in there. We're going in there 12 times.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man. You never know. In the future,
I'll
those
be
could
right
be
back.
like
I gotta step away.
expensive gyms.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where's he going?
Oh, it looks like I'm checking the scores on the Astros, and
Yeah.
we're up 3-1.
Already. What's the inning?
I think 6.
Sounds about right. But as you know, dude, anything can happen.
It's 4-1.
Oh, even better. I feel safer now.
Top of the 6.
It's like nothing to worry about. Nothing at all. So he's got a green screen going. Look at that. Look at how it's all fuzzy and shit when he stepped away.
Yeah, we need to update our stuff, change the orientation as well.
What?
Of the tables and everything.
Yeah? We only have one camera, though.
For now, but I think we can change the orientation where we're probably sitting next to each other. We do like an L on the table, and then just change the location of this monitor. I think we'll be good.
Sounds good to me, dude. I'm down.
Yeah.
We already got complaints about our shitty quality production, so we gotta do something.
Yeah.
Somebody like gave us like suggestions. Like, you know what?
You need to add more cameras. Like, yeah,
it's like y'all need to up your game. Pretty much is what he told us, but like in the nicest way possible. It's like, damn, son, you know,
you're always gonna have that, though.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing is talk that shit correctly and don't worry about what nobody else is doing.
Yeah.
Literally, like I'm not even trying to hear about it.
Yeah.
Because
hey, when you get feedback, that means people are watching. So
that's what I'm saying.
Sure,
yeah, it's cool. It's not bad.
Exactly.
Like I saw you talking with the guy the other day about
the website.
About the website, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, of course, it's good constructive criticism.
Yeah, for sure.
Same time, it's you take it with a grain of salt. You take everything with a grain of salt. You design your website the way you want your website to look.
Yeah, it's really about optimizing time. I put the website together in the shortest amount of time to get it out there, and then you slowly change it to make it better. But
exactly.
But if you didn't have the website up,
yeah, we wouldn't be
you
here.
had it up, I wouldn't have gone on there.
That's right.
So then I wouldn't have been able to talk to you about it.
Exactly.
And then I was like, fine, I'll be the beta tester. I'll start buying shit on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
And that's why we wanted to bring you on, because we wanted to formally thank you in I guess virtual person for supporting everything that we're doing, man. I appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, it was a like-minded situation. It was like I saw that you guys were like-minded like me. I was a single man army out here,
Yeah.
Like, definitely. I was like, like really by myself. Like I had my idea. I found Catherine on DCL Rialto. Is that the name of that website? Or like
Rialto. Yeah, DCL Rialto.
How'd you find her on there? She was like advertising her services.
Yeah, she was advertising her work. She was one of 3 advertisements on there.
Oh yeah.
At the time. Now there's a lot more, but she was one of 3 at the time. And so I went on there and I was like, I was just digging, man. I was just trying to find anybody who was doing things with Decentraland. I'm watching you guys. I was, I found her, and I just like dug my way in because I didn't have any skills. That's the whole hilarious part.
Yeah,
about
join
me.
the club, dude.
I have no skills. I just had a cool idea.
Yeah, that's
so
me.
Like, I'm just like, I knew what I wanted to do. So, when I got a hold of her, I just got super lucky because she's one of the best designers in the whole situation.
Nice, dude.
And she's in the Decentraland University, and she's going through that whole process with Carl and all that. So, like, that was, like, cool that I found her and then was able to, like, exercise my idea with somebody who wasn't going to completely rip me off.
Yeah.
And then that all worked out. And, like, you guys were a part of it because you guys were, I'm like, yeah, somebody else out here wants to, like, hustle. Wants to really try to get money doing this, and that's how it all came together.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't intend to do everything that we did with Decentraland. I mean, literally, we were talking about it one podcast, and then all of a sudden, we reach out to Maddie from
DCL Blogger.
DCL Blogger.
Yeah.
We bring him on, and then he explains everything, because at the time, Decentraland was not launched, right? Nobody knew what it looked like.
Yeah, they're just square pixels on a map.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's all it was.
We didn't know what the world was gonna look like.
I didn't even. The way I found Decentraland was I was watching some random podcast. I can't remember the dude's name. I'd like to give him a shout out. I can't remember the dude's name.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the wrong person, so I don't even want to say it. But the dude who he was interviewing someone else who was doing something with NFTs. Again, I don't even remember that guy's business.
Yeah.
But he was like, I might use this business for crypto collectibles in Decentraland. And I was all in the markets and stuff. I had seen it on Coinbase, and I was like, wait a minute, I've seen Decentraland.
Right.
And I was like, let me figure out what that is. And then I went into work, and I scrolled down my phone, and I did the opening scene. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I did the opening scene. I'm like, yep, that's for me. I'm buying land today.
Oh yeah.
And that was it.
The fucking flying blimp.
Yeah, the blimp.
Yeah.
Flying blimp.
That's a good seller, man.
Yeah,
Fucking good homepage.
Done. But it's like my style of like video game, and the fact that I'm into video games and crypto came together for me. And I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, once I started exploring the map and looking at all the prices and shit, that's when I got sold. I saw like the Central Plaza plots going for like 1 million mana plus and shit. I'm like,
they weren't really going for that. They were just up for that.
Yeah.
Still, like I saw
they tricked you a little bit on that one. Like,
but I saw
this is my early morning. Every morning I go here, non-fungible. Find out who sold land, who bought land every day.
Yeah,
literally. And so I see.
Oh my god, the price has gone down so much,
dude. And stuff like that every day. You know, I see when people are right now. They're trying to get into that the game jam. You guys are trying to.
Yeah, you know what's going on with that, Frankie?
Nah, man, I'm leaving that alone. I ain't with no land.
So what's happening is all the winners in Game Jam got land, right? And we decided to get together on a Discord to discuss what we should do with it. And so we all got on Discord, and so we're still trying to figure out what to do with it. But some some people don't want to necessarily make money. Which is crazy. Like, how are you going to sustain any work put into this if you're not going to get any money out? Like,
and that's the whole problem. That's what I was talking to Cornwall one day, and I might have mentioned this to Iman the day we were talking. I'm like, when I was putting up the graffiti wall, I was walking around and I was telling Corv, I'm like, yo, if you look at all these places that have like districts and stuff like that, and they've got these grand ideas. But then they get together and they're like, man, paying a coder to do all this.
Right. That's right. That's exactly right.
I'm like, yo, I have 2 parcels. Cost me like $900. You know what I mean? And I'm paying somebody quite a bit of money to develop them 2 parcels.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, man, I couldn't imagine what it is, the undertaking that it is to even look at the casino. The guy that's doing the casino, he's trying to lease some of that money out.
Yeah, for real.
Because it costs money to make all this happen, and I'm about it. Like I'm all about what I'm doing. I think that what I'm doing is going to be dope. So I'm not even tripping about.
Do you want to talk about what you're doing yet, or you want to wait?
I want to wait. I got like a week and a half or something like that before we have something we can show you. So I'd rather just do it that way.
All right, that sounds
but
good.
It's based on hip hop. It's definitely going to be based on hip hop. It's going to be a venue so I can kind of exercise my own creativity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nice.
I can probably release my own music through that. I can do whatever I pretty much want. So it'd be a lot of fun. And it's gonna be a place where people can come in Decentraland to actually hang out somewhere. So you don't gotta just go and do something.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually hang out.
Yeah.
So that's what I think a little bit. That's the beginning of it. I have some grander dreams for it, but we'll see. In the coding, if we can make all those dreams happen, sometimes like, you have a great idea, but like I know a bit about what's possible with the coding because I've watched a few of the Decentraland University things, even though I don't know how to code, but like just so I can understand what's possible,
Yep.
But like I said, making it happen might be a little bit more difficult than I think.
Yeah, Decentraland doesn't allow you to do everything yet or the developers don't allow you to do everything yet. Like, for example, you can't click on anything that leads to a link outside of Decentraland. Mm-hmm. And they do that for like security reasons, but as well as maybe they want to keep everybody in DCL, which makes sense.
Yeah.
That's fine, but you guys already found a workaround with the QR codes.
Exactly.
So, but I don't necessarily need QR codes for what I'm doing. I'm it's definitely going to be a place to hang out, and it's definitely going to be, if I can accomplish what I want to accomplish, it'll be really cool things going on in there with NFTs and artwork and all kinds of shit like that. So.
Hey Frankie, you hear about that one time in Fortnite where Marshmello did a concert?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you see that?
I definitely I'm interested in doing things like that too.
Yeah, it was like technically the biggest concert ever.
Yeah, millions of kids.
Like a lot of
you
people
know.
are. Yeah. And I think that the Decentraland and Somnium Space and all these things have the potential
Yeah, for real.
to make all that happen. I think that arguing over Decentraland and Somnium Space and all these things is the most ridiculous thing that anybody's doing. So if you're listening to me and you want to argue about that shit, kiss my ass. I don't want to argue about that shit.
And if you're the CEO, you want to talk shit, you can come on the podcast too.
Absolutely. Come talk to these guys.
Hell yeah, dude.
And they're way more patient than me. They will not cuss you out.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, we were talking about that last time because we interviewed the CIO of a project called Syndicator a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that actually? Because I don't know anything about that.
Syndicator is actually pretty interesting. So it's a tool for analysts, traders.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what happens is they join two things. The first thing is a crowdsourced prediction. Basically, the platform asks the crowd, "Hey, what do you think the price of Bitcoin is going to be in the next 48 hours?" Right? And you give it a range, and then it joins those predictions from the crowd with artificial intelligence predictions.
Oh boy!
And so together they come out with a product or a tool that traders can use. And so far, over the last 2 years, it's been over 70% accurate.
Yeah. So like if you hold onto their token in your crypto wallet, you're basically like a subscriber to their service. Then you'll get like an indicator every other day or something like that, depending on how many tokens you're holding.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Bitcoin's about to go up 5%. You better buy some, bitches. You know, it's just an alert essentially, but it's driven by like decentralized opinions, is what I call it.
Yeah.
Or forecasting, decentralized forecasting. Yeah.
Yeah, and then with artificial intelligence, they use a big data set to predict the next price.
Well, what we were talking about is, before we interviewed the guy, I was a little skeptical of this. It sounded kind of like, what do you need a crypto for? You know, you could do something like this and just pay people out cash. You know what I mean? There's nothing blockchain about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like I forget the guy's name, his first name, but Antonopoulos.
Oh yeah, Andreas Antonopoulos.
Yeah. Andreas Antonopoulos. He says you don't need a blockchain for that.
Exactly. For like 90% of projects, you don't need a blockchain for this. Like a lot of projects is like, what's the utility of your token? You get 5% off or something like that. It's like, what the fuck?
Like Pepcoin. Did y'all hear of Pepcoin?
Pepcoin? It sounds familiar.
On the side of a Pepsi bottle, they got like, talking about. I saw this in Florida, and I didn't see it again until I watched it on the Modern Investor. He brought it up, and it's just fucking funny. It's like on the side of the bottle, it says something about Pepcoin being their cryptocurrency or something like that.
Yeah,
and I thought it's like a joke, basically. It's a joke, but it's like, you know, they just added coin to Pepsi. There's no blockchain involved or whatever. You know, it's like,
yeah, man, dude. I remember like also during 2017, there like the stock market was going crazy. Like a lot of companies were just changing their name.
Yeah, Levi's changed it, or
there's like some like fruit juice company that they just put blockchain. It's like Cranberry Drink Blockchain Co. or something like that, and their stock tripled overnight or something like that. Like, dude, that's. When you see shit like that, you know, mania set in for sure. You know, people are just capitalizing on the name pretty much.
So it turns out with Syndicator, the point of that coin is basically support a community.
Okay.
Oh, Popo was out there.
Yeah,
they're out there fishing. But
they could be doing anything else.
What were we saying about Syndicator?
So you're basically revelation at the value of the coin.
But also, like, whenever we fucking like interview anybody else from here on out, like, do we want to be like one of those shillers? You know what I mean? Like a lot of people on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
They have like a bias, clear bias.
No, because I can tell you from personal. I watch a lot, like especially because I kind of got in it late, so I watch a lot of bullshit videos. You know,
like on YouTube, right?
I'll like stop watching once I realize when it gets too shilly. You know, I'm like, all right. You know, I'm good with this now. You know, I'm good with this. This, you know, is sponsored by this and that. You know, and some people do it better than others. You know, like I watch Ivan on Tech, right?
Yep.
And he'll have like sponsors, but he has his own opinions. You know, it's not like he's like just shilling. You know.
Yeah.
You can tell when somebody's intelligent, though. You know, so it's a I don't know. You can tell when somebody's on literally has their own opinions. If you have your own opinion, it's gonna show.
Yeah.
You know. So I don't think it really matters that bad. But I think that taking money for it starts to go down a weird road. That's for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and that's another thing that we kind of talked about right after the interview.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to maintain a certain level of integrity, and we want to talk about projects that are interesting, even if the project is a scam project. We just want to talk to them anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But because we're not shilling anything here, we're not getting paid for anything. Yeah, so we just want to discover and just see, you know, what these people are working on. That's it.
Yeah. But I just thought of it. Like, what if we had this podcast in like early 2017? A BitConnect representative came on here, and it'd be clear as day these fuckers are stealing people's money. Like, what the fuck? How would we react to that? Would we just be like cool with it? Like,
no, we definitely call them out, dude.
On the spot.
Yeah, because dude, people do not understand what they're getting into. They think that BitConnect.
Did you guys hear about the whole OneCoin?
Yeah, OneCoin, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they don't know what they're getting into, so we have to explain it to them. It's like, no, this is a Ponzi scheme. This is illegal, and you're getting taken right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Like with OneCoin, I mean, like there's some people actually in jail behind this shit. You know what I mean? So you might want to just double think. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but you know, there's some people in jail behind this shit.
Yeah,
yeah.
And I don't think they got anybody from BitConnect. Not even the YouTubers that were shilling it.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
They got, you know, the FBI up their ass, but nothing really happened.
Yeah. Well, it was early days, man. Wow,
it was.
A lot of people got away with a lot of shenanigans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
It's the unregulated days. You know, they're going away.
And I wish I was around for those days. Honestly, like I said, I was just like doing everything in life that was not healthy.
Yeah, I feel that for sure. That's what happened to me. Like before that, I made the money. Then I went into that route, like, and I fucking spent it all like on stupid shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was doing everything, man. I've done, and I lived a great life though. You know what I'm saying? Behind that shit, like, you know, I won't take back the years that I gave up like doing crazy shit, but
yeah.
It made me wise. You know, that's all I would say.
100%, man. I'll be honest, man. I went to jail last year, and it totally changed my perspective on like everything. Before jail, I was like chronically always depressed just because I always had this idea in my head, like I need to be at a certain point in life, like you know, that rat race bullshit.
Yeah.
Like I need to. If I'm not making six figures by 30, I'm a fucking loser. I'm a failure. Some shit like that.
Man.
That indoctrination.
People say that kind of stuff all the time. This life throws you so many curveballs, man, and people become big money later in life too. That happens. You know what I mean? So that's like, to me, you know, I've never really been one of those people like I need to be this, I need to be that. Like I was of the mindset that I wasn't gonna make it to 30 when I was like 20.
Damn,
dude.
So then you came up from some fucked up environment, I'm assuming then.
I mean, it wasn't just the violence, it was everything. It was like everything. You know what I mean? I was doing everything. You know, and I crashed my motorcycle, basically is what happened.
Ooh.
And when I crashed my motorcycle, I'm like, all right, I got a niece and a nephew at the time. I had just my niece and my nephew at the time.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, man, I'm not really trying to, you know, but you don't think about that. When I was 22, I really wasn't thinking about like nothing. I was like, probably won't be 30, no big deal. Like, we're gonna live it up, you know. And then you know, when I crashed the bike, I was like, all right, man, like time to a little bit start doing things differently. And so I stopped being around so much crime and so much things. And then I started partying real hard. You know what I mean? Like, so it was like, okay, yeah, I stopped doing all the extra stuff. Yeah. But then I started being like, well, we partying still. And so I did that for another how many years, you know?
Yeah.
And eventually got to the point where I was like, I ain't doing nothing with myself right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm you know, and then I was making the music. That was cool, man, making music. But making music is a thing that you can put a gang of money into that shit and get nothing.
Yeah, know? For sure.
Yeah. Even if you're good, like I felt I was pretty good at what I did. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I was just like, still didn't, you know, I felt like I was just dumping money into it. So then I had to just change the whole concept, you know?
Yeah, man. The music thing is like, fuck. I can imagine
how difficult that is.
The success rate has to be like
It's probably, you probably have like 10 times better chance getting into NBA if I started.
Exactly. A better chance getting into Harvard or some shit than
I'm Puerto
becoming a
Rican. Like
mainstream
there's
piece of
like
shit.
been probably 2 Puerto Ricans in the history of the NBA or something like that.
Yeah, true. They're all playing baseball and stuff though.
Yeah, they are.
I'm real good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So
Well, that's good, Frankie, though, that you got out of all that stuff, and things are looking up now.
It's all about it's all about replacing those negative influences with like some positive shit.
The crazy shit is what I did was I stopped watching about getting into cryptos. I stopped watching random videos about like random rap beefs and rap shit and just dumb shit, right? I replaced those videos with Bitcoin shit, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I would fall asleep to it.
Yep, me too.
And I would like gain a word in my vocabulary overnight. You know?
Yeah.
And then when I woke up in the morning, I would have that word and a little bit more interest. And through that process, that's how I got into all this.
Yeah.
So like,
dude, it's only gonna get worse, dude. Once this bull market like really starts churning, man, you're not even gonna sleep.
I'm at a point now. There's no return now. I'm just here.
You just gotta remember this is a 24-hour market, man. If you're gonna start trading this shit, dude, you're not sleeping.
I'm not trading it no more. That was the beginning. When I first started, I was the thought. I was like, I'm gonna be trading this shit all the time. Like, no, I'm not, man. I don't have enough. Like, my heart is not built for that. You know?
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah.
And so like, I don't mind dollar cost averaging, and I don't mind like just being involved with the things. And that's why I really kind of gravitated to Decentraland. Just like it was another way for me to take my creativity and just like use my creativity in this market,
Yeah.
So,
hey, can you
when Project Pain comes out, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about.
Yeah, definitely. Hell yeah.
Can you click on that official moon math?
Yes.
I want to get your opinion on like the whole trajectory of Bitcoin. Do you tend to agree with this, Frankie?
Man, I mean,
it's kind of hard. It's hard to say no, right?
It's like one of those things. It's like because it's hard to like. There's not many things that are just worth $100,000 a share.
Yeah, just
anything
like Berkshire. What is Berkshire?
It's kind of hard to say like, I can see it being here, But
well, I guess the real question is, do you see a deviation from Bitcoin's taking a different path in this rainbow? That's the real question. Because I cannot. I don't.
If it just dips below that blue
that I've done, not really. But at the same time, with my knowledge of the world, I mean, it could definitely, it could definitely change this whole situation, because
I think one thing that could do something like that, what you're talking about, Frankie, is if all the developers say, we're done with Bitcoin, we're going to go to like Bitcoin 2, and then the price of this dumps.
Which I don't even see that happening.
Because like, I don't think that's going to happen either.
So invested in it right now.
Yeah,
exactly. Between the developers, like I was watching Iman on Tech, and he was talking about like the prestige that it is to be a Bitcoin developer right now is worth the money. Like, they don't even really get paid, but they're just like,
that's right.
Yeah, but I'm a Bitcoin developer and I know more than you.
Yeah.
Right? And they're just like, oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, what you doing? You want to run this company?
That's like programmers flexing on each other.
Yeah, literally.
I can code.
But then,
Bitcoin,
then there's miners, and miners aren't trying to give it up either. There's these huge like farms, literally the size of regular farms, that just have mining equipment. Like, are you gonna really just like? I don't see, like, today. I really felt that. Yeah, there was some China influence. Yeah, there was some backed influence, and then there was like, there's buy orders from those miners, man. 70 something. There's buy orders set for those miners to not have to lose, because you got to think about it. If it goes under that 7,000 number, you start to be not as profitable, right? Like, literally, like, turn off the machine, not as profitable.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And they experienced it, like whatever it was last year or whatever. They experienced under that number. And I think once it got over that number, they were like, okay, we're not going back to that shit. We'll just buy it with the money that we've already made. We'll just buy it back to bring the number back up,
Yeah.
And you have like the volume of the amount of people the amount of Bitcoins that they've already mined they can do that. They have like the money to be able to do that. So I think there's a storm today of what made this happen wasn't just one thing or the other. I think there was like several things.
Yeah, a culmination of all these things. Yeah, I mean, I really like the nonlinear regression curve just because it follows the math of Bitcoin. Because as time goes on, there's going to be less Bitcoins entered into the economy.
There's the whole thing is the finite. I don't know if we've ever seen anything that was like legitimately finite.
Oh, that's the thing. I don't think we have. In the history of humanity, we have not found something actually as finite as Bitcoin.
Exactly. Now people talk about forks all the time and stuff like that, but forks, they are the Bitcoin Cashes of the world and the Bitcoin SVs, and we've seen how those work out. You got some guy complaining that he's Satoshi Nakamoto and all this,
Yeah.
And have you ever seen the videos of that guy on stage trying to convince people?
Oh yeah.
He's like, oh, when Satoshi wrote the white paper, I wrote the white paper. It's like, dude, are you for real? Like, and you're really convincing people,
That's what I always said. It's unbelievable. It's like so obvious, right? That this guy is just
he's just
talking out his ass, but
when
he still has like a
cult
following.
That's the thing too, is he doesn't have to convince me. He's convincing people who are generally
cryptographers
more gullible, than me.
Oh well, yeah, for sure, yeah,
Bag
to get their money,
holders.
yeah.
They're all holding bags, right? So there's like a cognitive bias there.
And if he was Satoshi Nakamoto, he would know the gravity of the private key associated to the Genesis block.
Oh yeah.
And since he doesn't have access to it, just because he locked it up or did something with it, that's
you don't lose that.
You don't lose that.
If
you're Satoshi, you know not to lose that.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. But what I was saying the other day in the Discord, was like, with adoption, you're gonna have like there will be eventually, if there's a mass adoption, there'll be also a stability that comes, and it won't just be this up thing. Like we're not,
Well, that's why it tapers off towards the end, right? Like,
I think that's why it's this kind of some of the non-linear, because like just up really don't make sense.
Yeah,
for sure.
At some point you've got to have more stability for anybody of mass to want to continue to put money on it.
Yeah.
Like the bigger businesses, when it, let's say when you hit $1 trillion market cap, you're not going to want to be putting that much money, institution money, the kind of money that countries put in the shit, and be like, oh, it could be, $1 million today and $200,000 tomorrow. Like, hell no, man.
Yeah.
You can bankrupt a country like that.
Yeah, and once Bitcoin gets to around $1 million, the volatility is going to go down, because on a crazy day it goes up 1%. We're talking about $10,000 right there.
Well, that's why people argue the whole store value nowadays more than the
usage,
world reserve currency usage of Bitcoin.
Use something. And regardless if it's got 1 billion zeros to the right, you still wouldn't want to use that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it got there from 0.0 whatever, from 1 cent or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Another argument that I always hear about Bitcoin, which I don't agree with, is that Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency out there. Kind of like MySpace and all these firsts.
And there's the thing is the huge difference is the way it was created and the whole Satoshi story. Like, the dude doesn't exist no more, so there's no one to go after. Whereas like Ethereum can't do what Bitcoin is doing, and I don't know if there's going to be another person that can. The one thing I would say is I've heard of like quantum computers.
Yeah.
And those being able to kind of like shake things up.
Well, here's what kills that argument is essentially you have developers on Bitcoin, and every now and then they keep updating Bitcoin, and it's a completely different cryptocurrency than when it was in 2009.
Yeah,
and so Bitcoin is continuously being updated, and you can consider it as one of the newer coins if you really think about it.
But let's say a quantum computer did hack Bitcoin somehow.
Yep.
the implications of that, if it hacked one block,
Yep, that's true.
we would take the dive that no one would want to see.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you have quantum computing, you wouldn't go after a $200 billion market. You'd go after the $1 trillion market that supports all the banks, all the companies.
But if okay, let's say that we get to that point where Bitcoin just goes crazy. You know, everybody starts using Bitcoin. The governments start collapsing and all this, because that's what I mean. That's the other thing that people don't realize, that you're talking about. If Bitcoin does the things that the people talk about it doing, you're going to see some countries go.
Yeah, for sure.
Things are going to be different. America is probably not going to be the superpower. Anymore. So you're like, okay, now America's not the superpower. You know, you got $1 trillion market cap. At that point, yeah, it's probably worth it to aim
definitely
a quantum computer at it. You know,
see, what I'm afraid of is quantum computing that's not evenly distributed. So, for example, our developers in Decentraland don't have access to that quantum computer, then it's a real threat. But once
somebody has it, you think that somebody else would have it, right?
Exactly, and I'm thinking that the Bitcoin developers will have it, and they'll use that to protect the cryptocurrency further.
Yeah.
So that's where I kind of see.
How are they going to have it though?
Well, it depends on how evenly distributed that technology is. So, for example, if it's
like right now, it's in the hands of Google, essentially.
Yeah.
You know, so what's their plan? They're going to have a quantum computer in everyone's fucking house, or what?
Not necessarily. I think they would have access. They will allow people to access that machine.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I don't even know if that's how it works.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if you can build a quantum computing cell phone.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. I saw like an ad for that quantum supremacy thing Google just pulled off a few days ago, and it's like it looks like a chandelier of like wires. Like, what the fuck is that thing, dude? It's like we're going back to the 1960s of what computers used to look like. But I guess that's what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
So we got to wait another 30, 40 years before you have a quantum cell phone. You know what I mean? It's like you're starting all over again.
Yeah.
I don't really know exactly what's going to come. Like, what's the world going to look like?
And my other thought, too, was if you have a quantum computer, wouldn't you use it also at the point that, you know, Bitcoin evolves? Wouldn't you also use it to mine, and then wouldn't the difficulty go to a point of just ridiculousness too?
That's true. And it depends on how much a quantum computer consumes in power.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe it consumes nothing and it's that efficient.
I don't know.
I mean,
a nuclear quantum computer. No, something like that. Like there was some country, I think it was, I can't remember. I'm not gonna even say the country because I'll be wrong. But that they were talking about using some of their excess nuclear power to mine Bitcoin.
Oh yeah. What country was that?
Nuclear power? Sounds like Russia.
Was it Russia? I think it was Russia.
Sounds like
Russia. I think it was Russia. I thought it was a small country like Bahrain or something like that.
Oh man, no, I heard about that too. I mean, if you have extra power, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, but nuclear power?
I mean, it's nuclear power. It sounds scary, but what it actually is it's heat, heating up water, turning it to steam, and turning turbines. So it's not as scary as it sounds.
You make it sound less scary, but
I don't know. Have you seen that show? What was it called? Chernobyl?
I didn't see that.
Oh, Frankie, dude, trust me, man. You've got to see that show, man.
What's it on?
It's on. What was it?
HBO.
Are you sharing this, or did you get paid for it?
No.
This is how he is, man. Like every show or movie he's ever seen is like the best production of all time, dude. He's got like 100 movies on his like best movie ever
in
list.
Silicon Valley. Trust me, you'll thank me later.
All right.
Silicon Valley, yeah,
dude, that's
another HBO production.
It is. HBO's been killing it, man.
Yeah. Everyone's killing it, man.
Oh shit! You gotta keep you away from the sponsors for sure.
HBO, if you want to hit me up, just let me know.
For real, man.
Oh shit!
So what's the price?
All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. I think this is a good spot to end it at.
All right, Frankie. Yeah, man, we appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a great conversation. I really appreciate you guys in general. You know.
Yeah, whenever you're ready to talk about your creation, we'll get you back on.
Yeah, we'll get together. We'll do that as soon as I finish up. And I know Catherine had even sent me a message about that during the podcast itself. So
oh yeah,
we'll continue. We're gonna continue working. And like I said, I think that we can create some cool things. I think that we can be the leaders of the people who are trying to really make things happen.
Definitely.
You know? So, I think that we should continue that,
Cool, man. We appreciate it, dude. We'll talk
man.
soon.
We'll be in Discord.
We'll talk. Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right, man.
Later, bro.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye.
So, damn Astros, where we at?
Looks like 4-1.
Already.
Yeah. So we had a little bit of retraction here,
which is to be expected, dude.
Yeah.
That was like ridiculous.
Yeah, this was truly ridiculous.
That was going a little too crazy.
It peaked at $10,500, dude.
Yeah.
We saw it, and we caught it live, too.
Fuck, man. I should have been swing trading this motherfucker, dude. What the hell's wrong with me?
You're not attuned yet, man.
Yeah,
You're not
I'm not like in. Yeah, like I said, like not until Bitcoin passes 20,000. It's like I'm not like confident until then.
Dude, you're gonna wait till 20,000, dude. Come on.
Wait. I'm not saying I'm not gonna buy, because I'm not gonna buy anyways. Because I'm just holding what I got.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm not gonna start shifting my holdings. Until like the market is green overall. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything crazy either. What I'm doing is, as soon as I see a price that's lower than it's been for the last, I don't know, 6 months, I'm going to go in. Just because I know, I follow the linear regression curve. So I'm very confident as what the price will be 3 years from now. It's not going to be $9,000 3 years from now. I know that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we got 10 years of history on this thing, and it's fucking spot on so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's call it, dude. I need to piss and like all kinds of things.
All right. All right, guys. That has been the Block Runner Podcast. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, man.
Make sure you
I could stay and chat some more, but I really got pissed.
All right. Follow us on Twitter at the Block Runner, and we'll see you next week.
Later. Peace.